Last season here on Revolution, Bradley Graham and 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 put it all on the line in a final round showdown against Max D, winning the Revolution Championship flag. He comes into the new season as champion. Will he remain? Find out next. Thank you guys so much for joining us now on Wednesday night. We hope you're enjoying yourselves watching the MTA YouTube channel, because tonight we've got 16 of the baddest die-cast monster trucks ready to throw it down in straight line drag racing, heads up, motor to motor. We're going to see who's going to take away the big championship win here tonight. Bradley Graham and 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 comes into the new season as champion. Is he going to remain champion by the end of the night? We're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of great trucks in our field here on Revolution, and this is how round one action is going to be breaking down. Up first to the line, it's going to be the return of Stone Crusher, a brand new truck taking on 𝐬𝐭 Then the Traxxas T-Max is back to take on Boogie Van. Then we're going to see Max D get set and ready to take on Tropical Thunder. Following them, it's going to be the return of 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐿 taking on Monster Mutt Poodle, other side of the bracket. Captain America returns to take on the Cowboy. Junkyard Dog is back to take on the all-new Rambo Machine, and then following them, an all-new Titan debuts here tonight. He's set to take on the Midnight Rider, and then closing out round one competition, Bigfoot Bad Boy back in action to take on 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. Championship flag will be on the line inside of round one. Now up first on the Revolution night here, it's going to be the Stone Crusher, a brand new truck built right out of the MTA stable with a veteran driver, Austin Grozier over there, the Ford based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, now ready to take on new kid on the block, Jimmy Cartwright, still getting his feet wet on the MTA circuit. 𝐬𝐭 ready to go on the inside lane. Both drivers ready. Here's the green light now, and off the line they go. Shaker's got a slight lead, but Stone Crusher's not going away. What a ride for Austin Grozier on the outside lane. Got a little crossed up, but he passed the Shaker machine in midair. He'll take home a round one victory over Jimmy Cartwright and Shaker, and Stone Crusher will advance on into tonight's bracket. Next up to the line, Nathaniel Wiggins returns in an all-new Traxxas T-Max. If you missed out a couple of months ago, he sent it for all it was worth on Thursday Night Thunder. The truck went up in flames. That's a brand new ride for him on the inside. Now set to take on Jessica Cook in the Boogie Van on the outside out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Here's a Ford Oval Brigade matchup, and down the straightaway, Boogie Van with a slight lead. Here comes the T-Max on the inside, and Nathaniel Wiggins putting the hammer down. Up and over no man's land, they settle it down, and the Traxxas T-Max looking strong out here on Revolution. Boogie Van was side by side with him all the way over to the last set of cars, but the T-Max machine will move on into round two. And next up here tonight, the Wise Man returns, the all blacked out Maximum Destruction on the inside lane. Made it to the finals, losing out to 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 last season. Now finds himself against Chad Legit, Too Legit, Tropical Thunder on the outside lane. Here's the green light now, and off the line they go. Max D's got a whole shot on him. Anderson with some big air. He's in trouble now. Over he goes in the shutdown area. But talk about Chad Legit. Tropical Thunder on the outside lane. He was hanging door handle to door handle with him all the way down to the wire. We're going to go back up and take another look at our MTA replay. You see Anderson got the whole shot on the inside lane. They fly high, up and over no man's land. It comes time to settle it down. Anderson gets out of shape over the second set of cars right there at the line. Tropical Thunder will cross it first as Anderson went towards the inside of the track, and over he goes down inside of the shutdown area. So Tropical Thunder will advance on into round two competition here tonight. Anderson's out of the truck. He's disappointed he turned it over in round one here tonight out of competition as the MTA track run officials rolling back over. Not a lot of damage done. He ought to be back and ready to go by next week. Now up next at the line, we haven't seen him in a long time, but a veteran returns. Jeremy Hiles in an Escalade, now ready to take on another veteran MTA driver. That's Violet Craddock over here in the Monster Mutt Poodle. And don't let the Poodle design fool you. That's one bad, fast truck she's got over here on the inside lane. What she got against Escalade in round one. Green light goes down and off the line there, side by side. The Poodle now with a slight lead. Escalade trying to come up with with it, but it's all Monster Mutt Poodle. Violet Craddock sends it down into the wall protection inside of the shutdown area. She will put Escalade on the trailer early tonight in round one competition. What a ride, Monster Mutt Poodle looking dialed in. Next up in our round one matchup, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐭 returns in the Cowboy. Longtime MTA veteran. He has been with us since day one. The Chevrolet looked strong last season out. He now finds himself taking on Cameron Warman in the Captain America machine. Now staged over here on the inside lane. One of them going to be moving on into round two. The other one going home on the trailer. Here's the green light now. Down the straightaway they go. Captain America with a lead on him. Up and over no man's land in trouble. What a ride for Captain America. What an incredible ride that was right there. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐭 and the Cowboy walked on by him on the other lane. We're going to go back up to the top of the track and try to figure out what happened to Cameron Warman inside of Captain America. What a spectacular crash out here on Revolution. You see him come off the line. He did jump the gun on Cowboy down the straightaway. Watch now as he hits the first jump. Sends it up and over no man's land. Doesn't clear the landing lamp, and the rear tires hit and flipped him end over end across the final set of cars here on Revolution. And 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐭 and the Cowboy will take a victory here and move on into round two. Next up here tonight, Ryan Davis returns to Revolution inside of the Junkyard Dog, out there representing the Backyard Beast race team. Dana Gosh on the outside lane, old driver with a new truck, the Rambo Chevrolet, ready to rock the house, representing the Crush This race team, decided to bring this truck out in memory of the late Bill Weaver over there from the Rambo camp. Both drivers staged and ready to go. Rambo taking on the Junkyard Dog in round one. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. There, side by side, up and over no man's land on shootout to the finish line as they both kind of crawl towards the shutdown area. Not sure who got the victory here tonight in our round one competition, but Ryan Davis and Junkyard Dog, as well as 𝐶H and Rambo, looking dialed in. Here's a look at your MTA photo finish. Your winner, Dan 𝐶H and Rambo by inches. He'll put the Junkyard Dog on the trailer early after round one competition. Next up here tonight in round one, Justin Lamb returns, the Midnight Rider, ready to rock the house. He will now take on Zach 𝐷𝐻𝐿, longtime MTA driver, in a brand new Titan Chevrolet over there on the outside lane. The truck was just recently finished this week, making its debut right here on Revolution for the all-new season. Both drivers staged and ready to go. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. Midnight Rider with the early lead, but Titan's not going away. Side by side, over he goes into the shutdown area. Zach 𝐷𝐻𝐿 and Titan got a little out of shape over the last set of cars as Justin Lamb and the Midnight Rider making a little bit of contact with him. And what you guys think of that right there? What an incredible matchup. We're going to go back and check out our MTA replay. You see him off the start. Justin Lamb has a slight lead on Titan down the straightaway. You watch him go up and over the first jump, some major air. Titan's already out of shape, lands it hard on the rear end, kicks him on over the finish line. He goes roof first, but Justin Lamb right there, booyah, making a little bit of contact with him inside of the shutdown area. Nonetheless, Zach 𝐷𝐻𝐿 and the Titan camp got some work to do in between rounds. They're going to see if they can get Titan. The brand new truck just made its debut. First pass, it's already upside down. They're going to be down in the pits thrashing to get that truck back for round two competition. Justin Lamb and Midnight Rider had an incredible matchup, but he is on the trailer after round one competition. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to defend the championship flag. Bradshaw and the Bigfoot Bad Boy, a truck he designed for Team Bigfoot, now staged over here on the inside lane, representing the Crush This race team, finds himself against the King of Kings, Bradley Graham and King Sling, your current reigning and defending Revolution champion. Both drivers are staged. Here's the green light to end out round one there. Side by side, up and over the first jump. Bigfoot in trouble. What a ride for Bradshaw. But King Sling was right there with him all the way down. What an incredible matchup as Bigfoot turns it over inside of the shutdown area. We are still not sure who picked up this round one victory. As we go back and check out your MTA replay, you see him come down the straightaway. They're side by side all the way down the straight stretch. King Sling with a slight lead now, and Bigfoot completely vertical up and over no man's land. Bradshaw trying to contain it over the last set of cars. Right there at the finish line, Bradley Graham and King Sling will pull out the win over Team Bigfoot as Bradshaw tried to drive it out and turned it over down in the shutdown area. What an incredible final round that was for our round one matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that racing was good in round one, we still got a lot more to go. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we got a lot more great action to come here on Revolution. Sit back, relax. Round two action is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. And back now into the pits on Revolution. Team Titan has done a lot of work to the truck. They've been a sway bar after that rollover inside of round one. They've got it all back together, and the Titan Chevrolet is ready for action here tonight inside of round two. You talk about a way to debut a truck. Turning it over in the first race of round one is one better way to do it. Right now, this is how round two action is going to be shaken down. We're going to see the return of Stone Crusher taking on T-Max, and then Tropical Thunder set to take on Monster Mutt Poodle, other side of the bracket. It's the return of the Cowboy taking on Rambo, and then we're going to see the Titan Chevrolet, who we were just talking about, rolled over earlier tonight in round one. He will line up against the reigning and defending Revolution champion Bradley Graham inside of King Sling. Now up at the line right now, the brand new Stone Crusher made its debut out here tonight. It seems to be running strong. He now finds himself up against T-Max, Nathaniel Wiggins, who has another new truck on the opposite lane. You saw T-Max a couple of months ago go up in flames on Thursday Night Thunder. He's back in action. A couple of forward over brigades going to break it down here tonight inside of round two. Who's moving on to semifinals? Here's the green light now and off the line. Stone Crusher with a slight lead, but T-Max isn't going away through no man's land. And T-Max, Nathaniel Wiggins, will put the brand new Stone Crusher on the trailer early here tonight. And I got to tell you, that brand new T-Max is looking stronger than ever here on Revolution. And next up to the line, Chad Legit 2 Legit returns inside of Tropical Thunder. The longtime MTA veteran takes on Violet Craddock, who's been on MTA for quite some time in her own right. The Monster Mutt Poodle ready to go on the outside. Who's going on in the semifinals stage? Here's the green light now and on the line. Tropical Thunder with a slight lead. The Poodle's coming back, and Chad Legit, what a wheel spin! Ladies and gentlemen, look at that! Over he goes in the shutdown area. What a ride for Chad Legit here tonight inside of round two. Can you believe that? Roto wheelie all the way across the cars into the shutdown area. Let's go back and check out our MTA replay here, folks. Watch here, they come off the line. Chad Legit, Tropical Thunder has a hole shot coming down the straightaway. Monster Mutt now trying to make up the ground. They fly high, side by side over no man's land, and look at the wheel stand. And it comes down to right here. You can see on the other end of the track, Monster Mutt Poodle is across the finish line first. But what a ride for Chad Legit. Tropical Thunder here tonight making huge MTA history. That has got to be the best wheel stand I have ever seen on the MTA YouTube channel. What an incredible performance. He is on the trailer, but leaving you all with a great memory here tonight. And how do you top that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, right now, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 and that all-new Rambo Chevrolet over there on the outside lane, driving for the Crush This Race team, now set to take on Jason Cook in the Cowboy Chevrolet out of Bushnell, Florida, on the outside lane. Here's the green light now. Two bow ties going to throw it down, and the Cowboy's got a lead on him, but here comes Rambo on the outside, and 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 will put the Cowboy back to pasture here tonight. As Rambo will move on into our semifinal competition, the new truck seems to be working well. 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 will advance in the semis. And next up here tonight to close out round two, the reigning and defending Revolution champion Bradley Graham, the King of Kings, is back. King Sling on the outside lane, ready now to take on Zach George. Again, that brand new truck made its debut here tonight. The Titan Chevrolet already rolled over once. He's got it all back together. Can he beat King Sling? Green light goes down off the line, and Bradley Graham's got to lead King Sling ahead, but here comes the Titan. Props for King Sling on the inside lane. He came over no man's land, and the truck seemed to have a bad bounce or something electrical. The truck may have shut off, but nonetheless, Titan is going to move on into our semifinal competition here tonight. A tough break for Bradley Graham and King Sling as the champion has been dethroned here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to 4 trucks. Semifinal action is coming up next, and we can guarantee you one thing: we're going to crown an all-new Revolution champion here tonight. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're going to see who's going to take the flag all the way when we get back to semifinals.
It's bigger. It's louder. It's better than ever. This still isn't your typical motorsports podcast. This is the 10th anniversary of Crush This, a monster truck podcast brought to you by J Concepts. For 10 years, your hosts, the monster truck Canucker Brad Shaw and 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, have brought you into the minds and personalities of the monster truck industry. Strap in and hold on tight. This is Crush This!
Welcome back to Revolution here tonight. History in the making. What a ride it was for Chad Legit earlier tonight. Tropical Thunder, absolutely incredible. Right now we're back with semifinal action. The tracks is T-Max ready to take on Monster Mutt Poodle. And then the other side of the bracket, Rambo back to take on the Titan Chevrolet in a heavyweight Chevrolet showdown. And right now coming to the line, Nathaniel Wiggins in the tracks is T-Max. That new truck's been working a wonder for him since its debut. Ready to rock the house here tonight and try to punch his ticket into the final round showdown. But on the other side of the stick, Pilot Craddock, Monster Mutt Poodle, who's been running strong all night here on Revolution. Both drivers are staged. Who's going to the finals? Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go side by side, up and over, no man's land. The Poodle in trouble and walking the dog across the cars. But nonetheless, T-Max will pull out the win over Monster Mutt Poodle here tonight. She was the one racing Chad Legit earlier when she saw him ride the wheel stand all the way to the shutdown area, taking a little bit of notes, but it cost it here tonight. Watch now as they hit the first jump. Watch your outside lane. Monster Mutt Poodle way up in the air, rides it on the back tires, got a little crossed up, and lands it back down on all fours, keeping it under control. But Nathaniel Wiggins and tracks as T-Max put down a barn burner. He will advance into the finals. The question remains, who will he meet there? Because 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, representing Rambo Machine, the Chevrolet camp from the late Bill Weaver, who recently just passed away. 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 trying to get a big time moment out here for him. And then the all-new Titan Chevrolet on the outside lane. It's a battle of the bow tie to close semis. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. Rambo with a slight hold shot, trying to hold a lead, but here comes Titan now on the outside. And the Titan Chevrolet will put Rambo on the trailer. 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 gave it all he had here tonight in our semifinal matchup, but it's the new Titan Chevrolet going to be moving on into the finals. Look how close this was on our photo finish. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐿𝐴 and Titan got him by maybe a tire length as he put Rambo on the trailer. Great credit to 𝐃𝐨𝐽, a strong running truck he's got underneath of him right now for the June season. But ladies and gentlemen, the finals are coming up next. It's a Ford taking on Chevrolet shootout. Who's going to walk away as the Revolution champion here tonight? As we take a look at the racing bracket earlier tonight, you see T-Max on the left-hand side of your screen, knocked off Boogie Van, then Stone Crusher, and then Monster Mutt Poodle here in semis. Other side of your bracket, you see Titan knocked off Midnight Rider, King Sling in round 2, and most recently Rambo here in semis. What a great matchup we have here. Two brand new trucks, and the drivers have absolutely been killing it on this course here on Revolution. Who's going to walk away with the Revolution Championship flag here tonight? Who are you guys rooting for? Is it T-Max on the outside in the Ford camp? Is it 𝐬𝐿𝐴 and the Titan Chevrolet on the inside lane? One of them's walking away with that Revolution Championship flag. Ford taking on Chevrolet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here tonight as we go green down the straightaway. They go. Titan with a lead on a T-Max trying to come back. He's out of step. What a ride from Nathaniel Wiggins. And 𝐬𝐿𝐴 and Titan will put those screws right to the Ford camp at T-Max here tonight as he slams it right into the other trucks down inside of the shutdown area. Titan is your winner here tonight. Let's go back and check out your MTA replay. And off the line, 𝐬𝐿𝐴 schooled him coming down the straightaway. The Titan Chevrolet working a wonder on the inside. Look at T-Max completely 90 degrees vertical. Rides it on the tailgate all the way across the last set of cars. And 𝐬𝐿𝐴 and Titan keeping us mess night and tight here tonight on Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible show. But your winner here tonight, give it up for 𝐬𝐿𝐴 and Titan. And ladies and gentlemen, you must have been on the edge of your seat, much like I was here tonight. Some awesome, bad, fast, wild runs here tonight in our racing competition, and we could not do this without you. Thank you guys so much for your continued support of this MTA YouTube channel. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about tonight's show. We always love hearing back from all the great MTA fans. Thank you guys so much. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys down the road. See you next time.